is America's problem with race. America's prided for being a brave nation. But America's most painful part and most cowardly epic saga was with race. In the very beginning, unlike other conquering nations that simply took someone and said, you know what, I beat you in a war, you're going to be a slave now. America was too proud to be able to do that, or perhaps too afraid to be able to deal with that consequence being seen around the world. When the Romans took a place, it wasn't, we have to define you as an inferior race. No, you're the Greeks, you're lost, you're slaves now. Get used to the program. Philip of Macedon defeats Sarmatia. What does he do? He asks for 20,000 women of a breeding age. That's some gangster shit. He doesn't say you're an inferior race. Obviously not, because he asked for women of a breeding age. He says, no, you are my slave because I beat you. The problem was that America had to find excuses for slavery, excuses for the genocide of indigenous people. Instead of simply saying, you know what, we took your land because we gave you diseases that you weren't immune to, and because we had superior weaponry. Not because the white man is the devil, no, but because we have been fighting each other in Europe, building kingdom over kingdom. Asturias, the kingdom of Aragon, Grenada, the Holy Roman Empire, the Duchy of Benevento, no matter the Byzantine Empire, one over another, that we understand the usage of using one people against another, of taking one people and lulling them into our trust and then betraying them and destroying them on the battlefield. This is what the history of Europe was. So why would they come to this side of the world and use anything less than the tactics that they had found to be successful for them throughout all of the Middle Ages? The problem was that in their idea of creating a new democracy and a new society, they couldn't have the same exact instances that Europe played over the course of all the centuries of its development, up until the 15th century, be present in what America was. So it invented this idea. And the problem was that early presidents of this country were Masons. And I don't mean that in a stupid Nicolas Cage conspiracy movie. I mean they were really Masons. So how could a person that understands Africa's contribution to the world, how could a person that knows that the first Masons were from Hiram Abiff, who was Solomon's man, you know, the people who built the pyramids, individuals who were in charge of all these things, and now we're going to claim that they're three fifths of humans, that they're monkeys? Obviously, the greatest crime that they committed in terms of their cultural inability to come to terms with reality was claiming that the people that they enslaved were less than a human being. Now, if they had never done that, then when slavery ceased to exist, then the idea of racism would have died with it. But it was precisely the religious reasons and the so-called biological reasons claiming that indigenous and black people were inferior that maintained long afterwards, because they were the excuse that stayed in poor white people's minds, because that's the only thing that made them feel important. They were still slaves. They still came to America feeling like second-class citizens. The Irish, the Italian that got off the boat, the Jews that came here. Matter of fact, the Jews during World War II that were turned back on the St. Louis and sent back to die in Nazi Germany.
Everybody forgets that.
Right, but this is what I'm saying. These people were treated like garbage, and yet their only solace was in thinking, damn, at least I'm not as fucked up as the subhuman people here, when in reality, if they had realized that they were living in the same denigrated, fucked up struggle, then they would have started a revolution long ago, and we would have been having this Occupy Wall Street 100 fucking years ago instead of right now. That's race. Thank you very much.
Can I ask you one thing? That's my wire as well. I was telling you earlier, I'm a documentary filmmaker. I make a series of films about what it means to be an American, how people activate their citizenship, and how they claim their inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I made a series of films about liberty, about how people lost their liberty during the War on Terror. They end up in the 9/11 Museum. I'm making a public service announcement now, where people say, I'm the 99, I'm the 99. To support this movement, I'm giving it to them.
You say I'm the 99%?
Yeah, that's right. But I needed just a little, you moved off your mark. There you go. I am.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Immortal Technique, and I'm the 99%. I'm here at Occupy Wall Street. This is one of the biggest expressions of democracy that this country has seen in decades, all right? We're tired of corrupt government. We're tired of people telling us one thing and doing another. And we're going to be here until we see change. Not until we see somebody on the TV screen that tells us there's going to be change.
Right.
We're having change on our terms.
Right.
Could you just say 99%?
And I'm the 99%. Bang, bang.